Fear is a real thing. It is a powerful motivator. I was recently asked to write an article on getting out of your comfort zone. And one of the questions that the article wanted me to answer was, what do you feel holds people back from getting out of their comfort zone? The question, it was obvious, the answer to me. Fear. We are afraid of being uncomfortable. We're afraid of doing new things. We're afraid of failure and mistakes. We're afraid of getting it wrong. And I wanted to share with you what I said in the article about how we can overcome this. Knowing your why and your reasons to do something is imperative. If you're going to make a change, you're going to get outside of your comfort zone, you're going to overcome fear, you have to know your reason why. And I want to share with you what I shared in that article. Several years ago, David and I were in Puerto Vallarta, and we were ziplining and rappelling. It was this all-day kind of adventure. And there was this woman on the very first platform. She was set to go ahead of David and I on the zip line. Her husband and 2 children already went. And she was panicking. She was afraid of heights. She was shaking and trembling so bad that her knees were kind of buckling and giving out from underneath her. And I have never seen anyone outwardly exude that kind of fear before. And she was like, I don't know if I can do this. I think I need to go back. I can't do this. I can't do this. And she was already hooked up to the zip line. And so there, the whole kind of crowd that was going to zip line behind her is trying to talk her through it. You know, hey, it's very safe. It's going to be all right. You're in good hands. These people are experts. They do this all the time. You're not going to die. Your husband and your kids already went down to the next platform. And so kind of be weird or awkward day for the family if you don't go. And so finally she went, and a couple platforms later, this was still happening, just a little less intensely each time. But I said to her, I said, you know, why are you here? Like, what motivated you to sign up for this excursion today? Because I had just never seen anyone be doing this and be so afraid of it at the same time. I was like, there's gotta be something that drove her or motivated her to do this. And she said, you know, my entire life, I've had all these different phobias, and fear of heights is one of them, but I have many others. I'm just afraid of a lot of things. And I've lived kind of like this limited life because of it. And now I have these 2 boys, and they're in middle school. One's almost in high school. And I'm starting to notice that they are developing these phobias, like most of the same ones I have. Not all, but some of them. And I've actually decided that I can't live with that. It's one thing to kind of have my own life be hindered because of me, but I'm not going to be able to sleep at night if I feel that I held my children back. And I never thought my phobias would be passed on to them, but I guess they're learning them from me. And so I've decided I have to start overcoming some of them. And so that's why we agreed as a family on vacation to come and do this today. And I thought that was really powerful, that her children and her wanting better for them and more for them than she had for herself was her reason for being out there. We get to the point where it's time to rappel backwards down a mountain with a giant waterfall coming down the side. And this woman, it's like back to the first zip line. She is petrified. She's shaking almost to the point of convulsing. I was a little scared myself, and I kind of like this stuff, and they were about to turn me around and kind of send me down on this rope. You have to let the slack out. And even I was like, oh, like, okay, yeah, here we go. But I kind of had some hesitation and a little trepidation in my heart, and she was losing it. And it was so cool because I was in such a better position to help her than we were on the first platform. We were just talking about safety. And so I went over to her, got right up next to her, and I was saying, hey, remember why you're here. These kids, you want to set this example for them. You want them to be proud of you, right? You're trying to be a good role model for them. You got to go down this thing. You're going to be so proud of yourself when you do it. They're going to be proud of you, but remember why you came here. And with that, upon hearing that, she kind of let out one final shriek or screech and like started down the waterfall. She did it. And it was very cool. I went down right after her, and I never ever have seen a husband and 2 young boys so proud of their mom than they were in that moment. Everyone was kind of teary-eyed, and I get a little choked up just kind of talking about it, but it was like a great moment for the whole family. And I took so much out of her. She was the star of the show that day for me because she was doing something really difficult for herself, really, really challenging, and she was doing it. She was doing it anyway. She was way outside of her comfort zone. She's overcoming fear. But the coolest thing about this story and what I wanted to share in the article, which will soon be out and you can read it, is that it helps to be reminded of your why. So either you can do what I did and say it to someone else, or you can say it to yourself. But you knowing what your reasons are, why you started, why it's so important, why you must continue, why you have to get to the other side of whatever fear or doubt or worry you're facing, it's imperative you do that because of whatever reasons you said and you started with. But saying them out loud, writing them down, repeating them to yourself, knowing what they are, hearing them makes all the difference in the world. So if you're trying to do something that feels near impossible, super scary, I get it. It's tough. Figure out your reasons why, know what they are, say them out loud, remind yourself of them, ask other people that are close to you to remind them. And I bet you anything, you'll be able to rappel backwards down that waterfall, just like that woman did that was terrified. With that, everybody make a great day. Hope you're enjoying yourselves.